Okay, now we're ready for the finishing touches. This is the bare minimum of what I want to see in your design. I want to see um, there be a background color, preferably something kind of bright. I should see a shadow with a gradient. I should see a figure. I should be able to see you in some capacity. It should also be colorized where it looks monochromatic. There's going to be an overlay, so it's going to look a little darkened. Also, I want to see the text. Now I just want to review with you, these are the how the layers should be looking. You should have layer 1, which has the single color. There shouldn't be anything else on layer 1, just that single color. On layer 2, it's kind of hard to see in the thumbnail, but that's where the shadow is. So layer 2, or the next layer up, should be your shadow. The next one should be that colorized image, that colorized figure. Layer 2 copy should be that overlay, and the overlay is slightly, the opacity on that overlay should be changed, okay, should be lowered. And then, of course, the last layer is the text. Now, in order to kick up your grade, make it a lot more interesting, take a little more pride into what you're doing, what you're going to do is one of two choices. You can either make something white, like if you have a prop, or you want to highlight something, you can make that white, or you can jazz up the background. I'm actually going to be doing both in this demonstration. So if I want to make this hat white, that might be a good thing to highlight. And it could be more than one thing. Maybe I'll do the hat and maybe like one of her bracelets. You're going to zoom in to the area that you want to highlight. And the idea is all you're going to be doing is getting marching ants around the thing that you want highlighted. You want to select the thing you're highlighting. So, making white. So, I mean, I can go ahead and use the selection brush. I can go ahead and make that selection there. I can use the polygon lasso tool and make my selection that way. But I figured since a lot of this hat is along the edge or along the perimeter of the silhouette, I'm going to just use the magic wand tool on layer 2 and I'm going to make that selection. So you see it selected a lot of that hat, but this part here needs to be refined. I'm going to take away that overlay a little bit, so maybe I might have an easier time seeing the edge of the hat. Now I'm going to use the polygon lasso tool, and I'm actually going to click on the next one here, and it's called subtract from selection, because I want to subtract from selection her face. I want to keep the edge of the hat, and to the best of my ability, try to get it. Okay. So you can see that the hat is getting isolated. I can now use the selection brush tool and go from subtract from selection, make it nice and big, and I can deselect the rest of it. So again, only the hat is highlighted. I'm going to make a new layer, and that new layer should be one that's on top. Wherever I click, whatever's highlighted, when I hit new layer, it's going to, let me move this up so you can see the bottom of this. Whichever one's highlighted, right now the text is highlighted. When I make a new layer, it's going to appear above that layer that's highlighted. So that's layer 3. I'm going to make sure I use white, pure white, as a color. I'm going to use the paint can, and I'm going to dump the color in layer 3, right in that hat. And it's only limiting it to the hat. So I put the overlay back. You can see that the hat is still bright white. Okay, I can do the same thing if I wanted to add earbuds and stuff. As long as I have it on its own separate layer. So, for example, if I wanted to use a very, very tiny brush, and what I can do is, using white, I can make, that's probably even too thick of a line. It's at 5 pixels. Let's lower it down to 2. And that's probably good. I can go ahead and even if I wanted to add earbuds, or if I wanted to add a wire, if I wanted to put an iPod. I want to make sure it's all on layer 3, so if I needed to do any modifications, I can use the eraser tool, for example, and get rid of it, and it's not having any impact on anything else. So if I need to make any sort of modifications, it can be done on this layer 3 all by itself, so it doesn't have any impact on anything else in my design. So again, if I'm going with the eraser, it's not affecting anything else in my design except for what was on that layer. So the other thing I can do is I can create some stuff in the background, and I'm going to actually do that in another tape because I see that I'm at about 5 minutes. So I'm going to end here, and then you'll see it in the next step.